Welcome on our road to 2500. Guys, this is a lot of fun. We're playing against a person who has the same kind of rating as I have at the moment. And let's see what we can do here. By the way, guys, if you want to play a game against me, add me at chess.com and we'll make sure to play a game. And yeah, here we enter a Slav exchange. Guys, remember always have a pawn in the center, develop your pieces, bring your king to safety, right? That's what we're gonna do. That's what we always do. If you stick to those principles, you'll be fine most of the time. And my opponent tries to get the bishop out of the pawn chain, which is a bit early. And I think this is already a good move now for me. Attacking this pawn. So let's go here. It might be that I want to go here first. No, but let's go here first. Attack this pawn. And then we also want to bring out the knight. So let's go here. I could also go here, but then this. And after this move, I think this is still a fine move. Let's just go here. What about this? Takes. Then this is a big threat, right? So I think this is just a good move to make. He can't take, so we'll take back with a pawn. And then we will have a nice pin over here. That just simply hangs the queen. Right? Oh yeah, no. Queen is a queen. Queen is a queen. Okay, takes. Take back. Gonna go for this knight, of course. Then I'll just continue to develop and castle. He resigns. Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. Easy game. And let's check out the game review. So this was quite a nice game. And yeah, it was easy sailing, I would say, starting with d4 and yeah, entering the Slav exchange. And I think there are some valuable tips to learn here. So let me tell a bit more about this opening. So here I already take this pawn, because then we will enter the Slav exchange, which I know quite a bit about. Or the Slav defense exchange variation, I should say, to be clear. Expect developing the knight, that's a fine move. And here also just developing. And yeah, like I said, this bishop is out of the pawn chain relatively early. And that's why it's also lacking a defender of the queen side. And that's also what I try to attack right away, right? So my opponent is lacking a defender, let's attack, right? Then my opponent needs to act already. It cannot simply make a developing move, because then I will already start taking and, all right, this is complex, but that should be good for me. Here, queen to d7. Okay, well, if I would get a knight here, I attack the queen, and I already was telling him about the tactic, which is very valuable. I will show you in a bit. So if I would get a knight there, that would make a lot of sense. So let's just develop my knight here, and it goes here on the next move. And here already the computer says f6, right? The knight is too strong on this square. But my opponent played knight to f6. Not really thinking about a knight going here, which is quite destructive already. And look at this, my queen is well positioned, this bishop is a master, and also this knight is well positioned. And yeah, I simply develop my knight. Again, guys, first I would always say develop your pieces first, but if you see a very concrete threat, like there is in this position, then only then go for it. And I was telling about this tactic, right, if takes. Well, bishop here first would not work, because then the knight can go back. But if I were to take with a pawn, right, this is an important detail, because if I take back with the bishop, then a6 would prevent my bishop from going here. But if I take back with the pawn, I attack the knight and I threaten to put my bishop here and basically win the queen. So a6 is still the best move, because of course you want to prevent me from capturing the queen. Then I would take the knight and I'm simply a piece up, and my opponent's pawn structure is destroyed on the king side. So I already have possibilities for a nice attack later on as well. So that was the nice tactic in the position. Best here would have been to go back and keep an eye on this pawn. But then rook c1 is already very strong. Rooks want to be on the same file as the queen. And here already I'm threatening maybe a move like this, or bishop e7. Bishop b5 is also good to attack this knight multiple times and have the castle. Maybe I already start taking. And I think knight a4 is a good move here to attack this pawn. And there's not really a way to defend it. Ideally, the bishop would have been here to defend, but it's not. So when it goes forward, I can simply take with the rook. And I'm up a pawn, healthy pawn. Of course, here my opponent tries to prevent me from castling. But yeah, in this position, I could always go for creative ways of castling with f3 and maybe king to f2, getting the rook here. So there's a lot of options, but the computer likes to go here and, go after the bishop. Or even go here and make sure that the queen goes away. But so a lot of options. My opponent didn't go for that, and I assume simply overlooked that his queen was hanging over here. And that's the easy game. And game over. Guys, don't forget to like, subscribe. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.